All right, this is our local property flipper site. Now, this site works exactly with the principles taught in the off-market, the local property flip course. All right, so here's how it works. We actually run some ads, drive traffic to this website from those ads, and what we're looking to do is we're looking to funnel and harvest cash buyers. All right. So we tell them here, eliminate your competition by not competing, that we are not realtors, that what we actually do is we have access to investors with properties, and we don't have a list to give them, but what we want them to do is tell us what you are looking for, and then we'll go look at the inventory of our clients and resources to see if we have a property that meets your investment parameters. Now, what the buyer has to do is part of the psychological vetting is he has to tell us what he's looking for. So if a person can't tell you what they're looking to buy, they're just shopping. They're not serious, okay? So they come here to this page. We tell them we're not realtors, nor are we associated with any real estate listing service. We are paid flat fees by the sellers regardless of your price. Now, the deal on this is that realtors are motivated as price goes up and down. The higher the price, the more money they make. We don't do that. We want these cash buyers to tell us how much money they have, what they're looking to invest in, how much they're willing to pay for it, and our job is to get that property at their price. So what we're basically doing is instead of getting the sellers, the buyers, to come up with more money and make higher offers, and we're not beating them up, rather than beating the buyers up on price, we simply go into the market and beat the sellers down. We just ask them to take less rather than the buyers coming up with more. And what does that mean? This means our job is to get your offers accepted. That's what that's about. Realtors don't do that. They are motivated by higher prices. This is an alternative, so let us locate the perfect property. And then here's an opt-in form. So you're building a list here of people. And I want you to notice that there's no other options on this page. No links. It's a funnel. Very specific. All right. So once they sign in, confirm their email address, then they end up on this page. And what we do on this page is we're vetting the client through the website. We first of all want them to understand the process. So they come here, and it's a 10-step process. Now, you don't want to do this if you don't understand the process. This is the same process that's outlined in the course. All right. We have an investor profile. They're basically going to tell us what they're looking for. We want to know who we're dealing with and what they're looking for. We aren't going to waste our time with shoppers. We're looking for cash buyers. And if they aren't 100% cash buyers, we can help them there also. But initially, when it's all said and done, you'll end up with a list of cash buyers and people who are not 100% cash buyers, which means they need financing. So you have two opportunities from one marketing campaign. And we explain the process right here. And remember, this is a 30-day, 29, 30-day dance here. So you have to control the flow of information and time, because you got to get it done in 30 days. That's the objective and the reason you want to work with cash buyers. We don't need a lender here. This is a self-funding transaction. So they come here, and then we go to our dashboard. All right. And on the dashboard, we link back to that understand the process. That's important. And it's important that you understand the process also if it's your website. And then we ask them to create an investor profile. That's them basically telling us how many properties they have, how much experience they got, and what they're looking for, and it'll give you an indication of what will work and what won't work. But it's just data gathering process. And then 3 is they simply submit their property search request. And then here we have financing options, because you're going to have buyers that they can buy, they just don't have 100% cash. They can't pay 100%. So we position ourselves here to profit from that, and as well as our underwriting service. In the logic and the strategy here is that any project that's above 80% LTV has to be pre-underwritten, and that's where the $500 to $1,500 package fee comes in. And we position it behind and tied to the LTV. Once that LTV goes over 80%, you have to have those packages pre-underwritten. Whose requirement is it? Is it the lender's requirement? No, that's your requirement. Because in all probability, if you don't do this, you will get played and not paid. And I'm telling you that from experience. So that's what we have. And then we have basically a contact link. Now, so if we go to the financing options, anybody that clicks here doesn't have the cash. And here's the deal. 80% financing or less, 85 to 100%, and most people would click this 100% because they think that the 100% financing means no money, and it doesn't, but we don't care. And then here we have funnel business for our business lines of credit, back to the business website, and business credit, we have that too, and it's to go back to the dashboard. So if the guy wants over 80% LTV, they have to apply. And in the process, we hit them with the packaging service. If they want 80%, up to 80%, they just have to apply for the loan. But if they want more than that, some situations, how to leverage, you have to learn about the property packages have to be pre-underwritten, and that puts you in a position to profit from the process. Now that's in the course also in the back office, the profiting from the processes. Don't just do the processes. You want to learn to profit from them. All right. So it has the same back office as the other sites. All of the sites have the back offices in them. And here is the back office. And what we do here, we will create a document. We follow the course and execute an LOI and give this LOI to the individual after we've vetted them. And part of vetting them is we need verification of funds. If you're a $200,000 or $2 million cash buyer, we have to verify those funds before we move and do anything. All right. So that's what the funnel site does here. And it works with the income property, local property flip system. It's the program. Now, you don't have to have the website to do the program. It's just that when I ran the ads, I used a mobile phone, and I had all my calls coming in, and I called back, and the calls just kept coming and kept coming and kept coming, which I realized that it was more advantageous to put up a website rather than answering all those phone calls. All right, so that's the off-market property finder. It's the tool for getting and gathering cash buyers. And I think that it's probably the smartest of all the programs. It's the easiest to do because you don't need a lender. You don't need properties. You don't need to be a realtor. You just need to understand the process. And that's what this is. All right.